Good morning, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are keeping fine. Let us come back to our English class. Before we get into the class, let us revise what we learned in the last class. Can you tell me what we have in the last class? What we learned? We were learned about the person the person called name Mr. Purcell, who was having the pet animal shop. And what he was having? He was selling the monkeys, cats and dogs, and also some food for some of the birds he was selling, and he was having some food and the seeds for the birds he was also selling. He was having that shop and he was selling. And how his structure looks like, his structure was very fat man, and his stomach was like a bulging like a melon, watermelon his stomach was looks like. And when he wears a glass, his eyes looks like an owl, such a big eye through the magnified glass what he was wearing. What he was doing as soon as he entered the class, we know as soon as he entered the shop, he opens the shop and he cleans the place and he goes and prays to the God and light the candles or light the incense, and after that he comes and there is a chair before the table, there he sits and he takes out the newspapers and he reads the paper, everything he reads, whatever it is written, whether it is advertisement or joking, some crack jokes, everything he reads. And according to the reading, if there is a jokes, we could see the broad smile in his face. And sometimes when there is like a criminal news, when he reads, we could see the anger, expression of anger in his face. So, and not only that, he had some bell in front of his shop. Anybody comes customer, they used to ring the bell. So up to there we learned what he was doing. Let us come back to on page number 38 from a textbook. And as he was reading, he doesn't concentrate on anything. You know, in his shop there were so many birds, animals and the monkeys, dogs. You know, when they are closed and kept in the cage, you know what kind of sound they makes. They'll be making sound and they'll be moving in the cage from one side corner to other corner, and such a lot of noise. Not only one bird, different birds and the monkeys, dogs and the cats, you know, the different sounds. But doesn't affect him because he used with that one. Only he could hear, concentrate on his time, this one, concentrate only on the clock. When the clock is running, we could hear the tick 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 sound. Only he could hear that sound. Other sounds doesn't disturb him. Why? Because he used. The same way in our life, when we grow some animals in our house, when we know the sound of your sound, we'll be used to that. For example, I can say those are staying near to the railway line, railway track, they know every day the trains are running, and for them it is nothing disturbs them. Why? Because they are used with that one. With that sound, they change their habit also. With the sound, they change to adjust themselves to live according to that sound. So even 100 trains, one after another it goes also, it doesn't disturb their sleeps or anything. Same way, those are having pet animal shop, for them also, because they are every day hearing the sound, they are used with that one, it doesn't affect them. But whereas one who comes newly to that shop, they will be finding very difficult. Here on page number 38, last paragraph is saying, second paragraph. There was a bell over the door that jingled whenever a customer entered. So he kept the bell before the shop. Whenever somebody comes, they come and ring the bell, and he used to hear. This morning, however, for the first time, Mr. Purcell could recall it failed to ring, and he could think back, this is the first time in his shop today morning with the bell didn't ring. Simply he glanced up and there was a stranger, and the bell didn't ring. So simply he looked up front door. When he looked somewhere, he could see some stranger. One man came inside, standing just inside the door, as if he had materialized out of thin air. Materialized means appeared. And when he looked by mistake, he saw that was a strange man was coming and standing inside the door, and how he was appeared. Materialized means appeared. His appearance was like the thin air. The cold weather has brought him. due to the air. Now this is a short period of a cold season, so he thought maybe in the windy, the breeze might have brought and kept him like that. His appearance, materialized means appeared, the way he appeared the stage. The storekeeper slipped off his stool. From the first instant, he knew instinctively, unreasonably, that the man hated him. But out of habit, he rubbed his hands briskly together, smiled and nodded. Good morning, he beamed. What can I do for you? So when the storekeeper, who is the storekeeper? Mr. Purcell, when he looked at him, immediately he got up from the stool where he was sitting, and from the first movement of his looking, first instant means the first movement, he knew instinctively. Instinctively means the person who does it, like from the movement, the way they behave, he understood. This storekeeper understood his way of behaving, he understood unreasonably, unnecessarily, that the man hated him. The storekeeper understood the stranger, he doesn't like this man. The way he moved and the way his appearance made him to understand that the man doesn't like the Mr. Purcell. But out of habit, he rubbed his hands briskly together. But what is his habit? When the customer comes immediately, he gets up from the stool and he goes and talks to them. The same custom with what he did, immediately he got up and briskly together. Immediately, briskly means very quickly he got up and smiled and nodded. He looked at him and smiled at him and he shook his head. Good morning, he beamed. What can I do? Beamed means smiled. So the shopkeeper wishing the stranger good morning, he smiled at him. And what can I do for you? Beamed means smiled. He asked him, what can I do for you? Page number 39. The man's shiny shoes scooped forward. His suit was cheap, ill-fitting, but obviously new. The stranger man, how his appearance, the shiny, he was wearing the suit and coat, and his shoes was very shiny. But squeaked means it was making sound as he was walking. It was making the sound. His suit was cheap. The dress what he was wearing, the suit, it was very cheap one, not the costly one. Ill-fitting, but obviously new. What I mean, clearly it is understood. The shoes, the suit what he was wearing is not insufficient for him. It is not the sufficient. It is a insufficient, not sufficient for him. He understood. Obviously means clearly he could understand that it is not suitable for him. And when he walked again, there was a sound from his shoes. He had a shuttling glance and closed cropped hair, ignoring Purcell for the moment. He rolled his gaze around the shadowy shop. Shuttling means what he was doing. Immediately this man, when he asked him, what do you want, what help you want from me? But this man didn't bother him. He had a shuttling glance. He was just moving here and there, all the completely shop where the birds and animals are kept. He was just rotating his eye was closed, just looking everywhere. And closed cropped hair means he cut his hair very short and it is a very thick hair. Ignoring Purcell for the moment, and when he asked what he wanted, he didn't even bother about him to give answer. He ignored him and he was looking everywhere. He rolled his gaze around the shadowy shop. He was just rotating his eyes everywhere. Suppose if we go for someone to buy the shop, what we do? Just we go and search everywhere. Our eyes will be rotating all the areas where the things are kept. Same way this man was roaming everywhere, and his eyes was looking everywhere all around the shop without even giving any answer to Mr. Purcell. He was looking at that one. A nasty morning, Valentine, the shopkeeper. Nasty morning means it is not a good morning for him. It is an unpleasant, not a good day for him. Since this man didn't answer to him, Mr. Purcell feels that it is not a good day for him. Valentine, he himself telling the shopkeeper talking, he clasped both hands across his melon-like stomach and smiled importantly. What he did to, it is not a good day for him. It was said, we know his stomach is so big. So both the hands he kept on he crossed his hands like that and kept on the stomach, and he was talking to him. Smiled importantly means there is no other way he has to laugh. So he laughed at him. I see by the paper we are in for cold spell. Now what was if you wondered? And he is talking to him that I saw in the paper today that now is a short period of a cold season now. After telling to that stranger man, again he is asking, what do you want? What I have to do for you? The man stared closely at Mr. Purcell as though just not aware of his presence. He said, I want something in your cage. So when he asked again, what do you want? Immediately the man looked at him very seriously, closely, Mr. Purcell, as he was absent-minded that before also Mr. Purcell asked as if he does not know what he felt that his presence is nobody is there in the shop, such a way he felt that. And the man looked at him very closely and he asked him, I want something in a cage. So I want something in a cage means there are birds are there, lovebirds are there, peacock is there, not peacock, the sorry, parrot is there. So many mynas are there, and dogs are there, cats are there, monkeys also. I want something in a cage, doves are there. How he understand what he want? I want something in a cage, this man replied. The man stared something in a cage. Mr. Purcell was a bit confused. You mean some sort of pet? And when he asked, immediately Purcell asked him something in a cage. That means Mr. Purcell understood. Maybe he was confused little bit at the same time. He asked maybe some pet animals he maybe wanted. He asked some sort of a pet. He is asking, do you want some of the pet animals? He is asking. I mean what I said, snapped the man. Means immediately he said, I mean what I said. He is getting angry. And snapped means speaking loudly. He spoke very loudly to him with anger. He said, what I said is said. What you said means what he said. He said, I want something in a cage. He didn't particularly point out which birds he wants or which animal he wants. Something in a cage, something that is small, and something in a cage and that is very small one. That means very small one means it may be a birds. The birds are very small one. I see hastened the storekeeper, not at all certain that he did, and hasten means he was not that much interested. Sorry, he was moving this and that. Sorry, I see hastened the storekeeper. The storekeeper was moving, not at all certain that he did, and what he said was he was not happy with that man. His eyes narrowed gravely and he pursued his lips. He was really angry with that man and he was very sad. Now let me think, a white rat. Perhaps I have some very nice white rat. And when he said something small, immediately the storekeeper was really getting angry and he was moving this and that side and he was singing. He was very sad. Sad means he is very not happy with that man and he was telling to himself, maybe it may be perhaps a white rat. Yeah, I have some very nice white rats. He is telling there are rats and I have some white rats for you. No, said the man, not rats, something with the wings, something that fly. He is telling, I don't want the rats, the bird, something with the wings. We know feather, they have the wings and which can fly. A bird, exclaimed Mr. Purcell. Immediately he wondered, it is a bird. Mr. I understood, it is a bird. A bird's all right. The customer pointed suddenly to a suspended cage with contained 2 snowy birds, doves. How much for those? Immediately when he understood this one, a bird's all right, I'll give you. The customer, Mr. Purcell, immediately he pointed out to the suspended means the birds that are hanging in the cage. Suspended. Suspended means hanging. So which are hanging in the cage, which contained 2 snowy birds. Snowy means white. So he pointed out the birds, 2 birds, white birds which are hanging, that is doves. How much for those? He asked. And when he showed that one, it is a doves, he asked him how much for that one. 550 came the prompt answer, and a very reasonable price. They are a fine pair. And immediately the storekeeper told, Mr. Purser told, it is a 550 rupees, 5 rupees. And quickly the answer came, and it is a very reasonable price. It is not a so highly or very costly. It is a very less in price, very fine pair. Usually it is also very good pair, both the doves. 550, the man is questioning. The man was obviously crestfallen. He hesitantly produced a $5 bill, and this man, the stranger, immediately he said it is a 550. But clearly he was very sad. He was not happy that one because he doesn't have the 550. He had only 15, which told he hesitant means unwillingly. He was not willing to give. Unwillingly produced a $5 bill. He was not willing to pay for 550. Not only that, he doesn't have the 550. He has only 5. So what he did, he paid that $5 for the birds unwillingly. With unhappiness he paid. I had like to have these birds, but this is all I have got, just $5. It's telling, I want to have this bird, but I have only this much only. So you have to give me, I have only $5 in my hand. I don't have $50 more. So you have to give me this bird for the $5. Mentally, Mr. Purser made a quick calculation. Immediately we mind calculation we do. Yes or no? The shopkeeper, the people, those are selling, they know the exactly price and how much they are increased and they are selling. And mentally he was calculating the bird's rate and calculating, and which told him that at 50 cent reduction would still reap a tidy profit. He smiled magnanimously, and after calculating mentally, he immediately understood, even if I give this birds for $50, what will happen? It is a quite still reap. I could get some tidy profit, means big profit. He is actually selling for $550, but even if I give for $50, $5, what will happen? I could profit from that one big money. I get profit. I could get a big profit. I get more money from that one, even if I sell for the less price. He smiled magnanimously. Magnanimous means generously, because he knows he's going to get some profit in that one. Though he's going to sell for 5, he's going to get some profit. So with happiness, he just smiled at him. My dear man, if you want them that badly, you can certainly have them for $5. And if you want compulsory only that one, okay, I will give for you the $5. I will take them. He laid his $5 on the counter. Mr. Purser tottered on tiptoe, uncooked the cage and handed it to his customer. So what he did immediately, I will take them. He told, I will take them for the $5, and this he gave the $5 to that man. He could put it in his counter, and Mr. Purser tottered means immediately he moved, and what he did, he uncooked. He uncooked means opened the cage. He removed because the cage was hanging. Yes or no? So he removed the cage and came and handed over to this customer, the man. The man cocked his head to one side. Cocked means bending. He bent his head one side, listening to the constant chittering and rushing scurry of the shop. And this customer who came to buy the bird, he was bending his head and he was listening to the sound of the birds and the animals which are making noise. That noise he fluttered. Fluttered means immediately he asking, spoke suddenly, doesn't it get you? He's asking, doesn't get you means don't you be disturbed by these noises. Suddenly he asked him, after listening to this sound, suddenly he asked the shopkeeper, the sounds of these different birds doesn't affect you, doesn't bother you. Immediately, noise, what noise? Mr. Purser looked surprised. He could hear nothing unusual. And immediately Mr. Purser said, noise, what noise? Because he used to that birds, he used to that sound. So for him it is surprise when he asked the sound. Because when we are used to some particular habit of they doing, it doesn't disturb us. So same thing, this man used to the sound. For him it is not a disturbing for him. The customer clad, the customer, he looked at him. I mean, all this cage stuff drives you crazy, doesn't it? So I immediately asking. He looked at him and asking him, the cage, the birds and the animals which are closed and kept in the cage, their sounds doesn't disturb you, doesn't make you like a crazy, means like a mad. He's asking to him. Mr. Purser drew back either the man was insane or drunk. And immediately when he asked what the shopkeeper thought about him, he thought quickly, he thought that this man may be like a mental man, mad man. He may be a mad, or he may be unable to adjust and live his life in the society. He felt that one. Insane means mad, or he may be adjust to live his life in the society. Or drunk. Sometimes we may think he might have drunk and came drunkard or who drinks. He said hastily, yes, certainly, I guess so. Immediately, yes, what you meant, I understood, he said. Listen, the staring eyes came closer. How long had you think it took me to make the $5? This man, the shopkeeper, the customer who came to buy, immediately he looked at him and he listened to him. He was looking very seriously near to him and went and looked at him. Can you think how many days I have made to earn this $5? Can you think how long I made to earn this $5 of money? The merchant meant who? The shopkeeper wanted to order him out of the shop. He wants to send him this man out of the shop. He doesn't like him, the way he approaches, the way he speaks, he doesn't like him. But oddly, strange enough, he heard himself dutifully asking, why, how long did he take it? But he has no other way, as out of his duty, he asked him, why, how long you have taken for this one to earn this $5? The other laughed, 10 years at hard labor. So the customer, he told him, 10 years for me to took to earn this money and hard labor, not a simple work, simply sitting and with the hard work I earned this one. 10 years to earn $5, 50 cents a year, and that means 10 years you learned this $5 means that means per year you are getting only 550 out of 100 50 only you are getting, like that he asked. It was best. Purcell decided to humor him. My 10 years, that's certainly long time now. And Purcell, he wants to make fun of him. And he wants to send him back and he wants to make fun of and laugh at him. They give you $5, laughed the man. And they gave you only $5, he was laughing. And a cheap show and tell you not to get caught again. Yesterday, now 10 years he worked and he got only $5. I tell you again, don't go and do such kind of work and caught up that particular work and do for 10 years getting $5 is a very less price. So don't get again caught up. Don't go and caught up in that particular job where you are getting only $5 per year, you are getting only 50. But this man does not know where he is coming from. The stranger, the shopkeeper does not know where the customer has come to buy the doves. That is the reason he told it. Next day again, don't be go on work such kind of work for the less price. Mr. Purcell mopped his sweating brow. Now about the care and feeding of your doves, I would advise. And Mr. Now Purcell told him after that, I will tell you I will give advice for you how to take care of these birds and what are the foods to give and how to, when it gets sickness, how to take care of that one, he told him. But the man swung around. Swung means immediately he turned around and stopped abruptly. He moved suddenly from the store. When he said, I will give some advice how to take care of this one, immediately the man turned and he walked past very outside. Purcell sighed with sudden relief. He was really a little bit of relief since the man has gone out. He thought this such a stupid man had gone out. Why he felt that way? Because the way he appeared, the way he talked was not happy for the shopkeeper. He waded to the window and stared out. He went out and he was looking out. Who went out? This shopkeeper, he went out and he was looking. Just outside, his peculiar customer had halted, and when he looked out, the customer who came to buy the doves, he was standing there. He stopped. After taking the cage with the two birds, he went and went out and he stood there. He was holding the cage shoulder high, staring at his purchase. And what he purchased, he was lifting up and he was looking at the birds, both the birds. We could see in the pictures in your textbook, and he lifted up above the shoulder and he was looking at both the birds. And the shopkeeper also come out and he was looking at the bird, what he was doing. Then opening the cage, he reached inside and drew threw out one of the doves. He tossed it into the air. And what he did, he opened the cage, he took one of the dove and he just sent it away. He allowed the birds to fly freely. He tossed it into the air. He threw out the second and tossed it after the first. And second time what he did, after sending the first one, again he took the second one and he sent it to allow them to fly in the air. He threw out the second and tossed it after the first. They rose like wind-blown balls of fluff and were lost in the smoky grey of the windy city. When he sent out by the ear, they have the fluff means the feather of the birds. He could see that it is flying very high and it is disappeared because of the wind. When the birds fly, the wings are feathers are very slight, it can be fly very far away. So when he sent out, he could see that the both birds they fly and they have reached the top and they disappeared. He couldn't see that. And smoky grey of windy air. The weather was now cold season, so the weather was completely, this cloud was with a smoky breeze and it has disappeared. For an instant the liberator silent and lifted gaze watched after them. For at that moment the liberator silent, he felt that he has liberated. Liberator means sending them out to go to freedom. Freedom. Liberated silent and lifted gaze watched after them. So what he did, after sending them, he felt that the birds are liberated. Why he felt like that means, this man who this customer who brought the doves, actually 10 years he was in the prison. He was working, he has committed some mistake. He was in the prison for 10 years. So he knows the freedom of that. He has here, when we go to the jail, we know we will not have any freedom. Yes or no? We will not have any freedom. He cannot move us. We do our home. So he experienced imprisoned life for 10 years. He lost his freedom. That he doesn't want to do to the birds also. So he is angry with this shopkeeper. Since this man is, in order to gain the money, this shopkeeper no consent towards the bird. He is put everything in the cage and he is selling for more money and he is earning. So this when he saw this one, since he has experienced the imprisonment in the jail, he feels that there should be freedom in the life of the man as well as the birds. That is the reason what he did. After buying the birds, he sent them away. Once he sent that, he was feeling so happy that birds are free. But what happened? Only 2 birds only got freed. But still he is happy with that one. He feels that nobody should be under arrested. For an instant, the liberator silent and lifted gaze watched after them. He was just looked at them and watching at them. Then he dropped the cage and he put down the cage. He showed both hands deep in his. What he did? He put both his hands in his pocket. You know now, the trouser pocket, and we have the pant, there will be a pocket. So he took both, after releasing, he put both his hands in the trouser pocket and he bent down and he just walked away and he was walking and going. The merchant's brow was puckered and merchant was really, it was with perplexed. This man was really wrinkled. When he saw this man brought the doves and he sent them away, this man was shocked for him and he was, what he did, was wondering at that one. So desperately he was really feeling bad. Had the man desired the doves and he had let him have them at reduced price, and he was feeling bad and he is feeling strong. Maybe this man purposely he has decided in order to send this bird outside only. He might have brought for maybe for a $5. He is feeling that way. Who is feeling? The shopkeeper feeling that in order to free the birds only, he might have brought the birds for the less price. He is feeling, and immediately he had turned them loose. Now why? Mr. Purcell muttered. Did he do that? He felt vaguely insulted, and he is murmuring to himself and talking to himself, and with the confusion he is telling and is talking something. Maybe he might have insulted me. He feel that this man insulted him. Why he feel that he insulted him? Because he brought the bird and he sent them away. So actually what the lesson is teaching the moral, according to this customer, what he is telling, the birds, the animals we should allow them to move freely. We should not close them and keep. In order to gain money, we should not put them in a cage and grow them under. What we are doing, they are not able to fly high. So the birds, what is their nature? They have to freely fly high, but we are stopping that one. Even the monkeys is rolling, they will be jumping from one tree another tree, they enjoy. Even the dogs, they move everywhere and they enjoy. But all these pet animals, what we do, we just close them and keep, and we are controlling their freedom. So they are losing their freedom. Since he has experienced the difficulties remaining in the prison, he wants to know, so no one should be experience like him in the prison, or no bird's life or anybody should be, no one's freedom should be controlled by us. They should move freely. So that is the moral it is teaching us. We should not allow anybody to be controlled in our condition. We should give the freedom. Even if we are growing the pet animals, we are also not always closing and keeping them. We should give some time for them to move freely everywhere. So here, I hope you understood the lesson. Please read the lesson. Parents, read. Next, we see you in the next class. Until then, you take care. Have a good day.